Alright guys, today we're going to learn how to decrease. Now there are two different ways how to decrease. One way can be used with all the stitches, and the other way is specific to each stitch. So single crochet is different, decreasing than double crochet. I'm going to show you the first way. So go ahead and chain 6. And of course, since you skipped the first chain, just single crochet 5 stitches. Alright, so now I have 5 single crochets. Chain 1 and turn. Now let's say I wanted to decrease this down to 4 single crochets. Let's say my pattern says to single crochet the first stitch and then decrease the next 2 stitches. And it doesn't specify how to decrease because some patterns do and some don't. So if you wanted to just decrease a really simple way, you could just skip this first stitch and single crochet into the next stitch. And then single crochet to the end, which is the last 2 stitches. So now I have 4 stitches instead of 5 because I skipped this one. So chain 1 and turn. However, most patterns will say single crochet 2 together, and that abbreviation looks like this. So what that means, if my pattern said to single crochet the first stitch and then told me to single crochet 2 together, single crochet 2 together means this. I would insert my hook into the first stitch, pull up a loop, insert my hook into the second stitch, pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on a hook. Now I've single crocheted these 2 stitches together and it makes 1 stitch on the top. So then just simply single crochet the last stitch. Now I have 3 stitches. So if you want a really simple way to decrease, you simply will skip a stitch and go into the next one. If it says single crochet 2 together, you do this, or double crochet 2 together, or triple crochet 2 together. Each one is done a little bit differently. So let's do the double crochet 2 together. Chain 2 and turn, and we're going to increase a little bit so that we have something to work with here. So double crochet into the first stitch, so that's increasing because your chain 2 counts as 1, and then double crochet into that same stitch will count as 2. Increase into the middle stitch, so do 2 double crochets into that stitch, and then increase into the last stitch by also doing 2 double crochets into that stitch. So now we have 6 double crochets here to work with, and chain 2 and turn. Let's say our pattern calls to take this down to 5 stitches. So this double crochet counts as our first stitch, then we're going to double crochet into the second stitch. So we have 2, and then we're going to double crochet 2 together. So you double crochet 2 together by yarning over on your hook, inserting your hook into the stitch, pulling up a loop, yarning over on your hook, and just pulling through the first 2. This is about half a double crochet. Yarn over on your hook again, insert your hook into the second stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over on your hook, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Now you have 2 double crochets but 1 stitch on top, and that's a double crochet 2 together. And then do 2 double crochets in the last 2 stitches. So the double crochet 2 together and the single crochet 2 together and triple crochet 2 together is different for each stitch, and usually the pattern will explain how to do that depending on what pattern you are looking at in their glossary, because there are a few different ways to do the decreasing stitches, and I'm just showing you the way that I normally do them in my patterns. So once again, if you simply want to decrease, you can always just skip a stitch. And some patterns do use this method. So there I just skipped 2 stitches and took 5 stitches down to 3 with double crochet. And as you can see, skipping stitches does leave holes, and sometimes patterns like this, if you're making some kind of lace work, if they don't want to leave holes, they will use the double crochet 2 together method. So I hope you guys like this mini tutorial on decreasing. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments and I will get back to you, because decreasing is one of those things that can be quite confusing and may need further clarification. And it's also specific to whatever pattern you're using. They're going to use different kinds of decreases because it's going to make the fabric look differently. So yeah, have a great day!